Hey, this is Stu Schaefer, and I'm about to explain what are the best supplements for women to lose weight and burn off body fat that won't hurt you, that won't be addictive or habit forming, and that are very inexpensive that you can get anywhere. Well, let's jump right in. Let's get to it. So, for the last 24 years, I've been working with women over 50. I'm usually not a supplement guy because if you're eating correctly, and the key there is you've got to eat the right food at the right time in the right combination. I have an entire video about that. You can check that out right now up top here. But if you're eating correctly and you're doing the right type of activity, you really shouldn't need supplements. However, because of today's food and maybe you have some unique challenges like with gut health or things like that, these can be handy. And I'll give you an example. I had a client named Karen and she lost a tremendous amount of weight, but she had, and you can see the before and after pictures, she had some severe gut issues. So she used a couple of the supplements that I'm going to talk about today, not permanently either, just for a couple months. And that made the difference and allowed her to get her body in the right state to lose the body fat. I also had another client named Cindy, and she didn't realize it, but she had parasites, and she kept dealing with these weird issues like SIBO and other issues like Candida. And once we cleansed the parasites, her whole world shifted, and she could eat just about anything she wanted to without having stomach issues, and she could eat a lot more and a lot different foods and still burn body fat, okay? That is key. So I have my little supplements here because I actually take what I'm about to tell you as well. I've tested it. My own mother takes these things. So I would never recommend anything I don't take. So let's dive into the first one, okay? The first supplement is something called an alkalized structured silver. This is a liquid. You drink it like water. It tastes like water, but it has something called alkalized structured silver. Okay, now silver is a very unique material because it's antimicrobial, and so it can go in and kill viruses and bacteria, things like fungus, mold, candida, and SIBO. And by the way, I had SIBO just several years ago. I tried everything to get rid of it, including antibiotics. It wouldn't go away, and the silver was really the only thing that saved me. Now, it has to be the right kind of silver. It's not colloidal silver. It's actually called structured alkalized silver. And I'm going to put links in the comment section below here so you can look at everything that I recommend, which ones I actually use, and if there's any coupons that I've asked for the manufacturers to give you. But it should be very specific. So the first one I would recommend is silver. And I would really recommend this to everyone. It helps your immune system. It cleanses the gut. I mean, I've noticed a huge difference from before I took it to when I started taking it. I've personally been taking it for 7 years nonstop because I like it so much, and it really improved my health. Really improved my health, but it really can fix your gut, and a lot of times that'll hold up your weight loss too. So the second supplement I recommend is something called CalMag Plus. Okay, this is a calcium and magnesium. It also has vitamin A, D, and C to help with absorbability, and I'll put the Amazon link below. It's a great product. I mean, I've been taking this for several years because it helps with sleep, it helps with metabolism, it helps with muscle protein synthesis, it helps with stress. Most people are deficient in calcium. Calcium can really help your thyroid function, which in turn helps your metabolism. The magnesium is responsible for over 300 different chemical reactions and can even help prevent mental fatigue like dementia and other things like that. So I'm going to put CalMag. It really is better if you get these two minerals together. And this one really absorbs well. It's a powder form. You mix it with liquids. You get 100% absorbability. It tastes good. Comes in unflavored if you don't want any of the natural flavoring. It's really easy, and it's so good. Now, I can tell if I don't take it, I don't sleep as good. The magnesium has a real nice calming effect. And if you've watched some of my other videos, I'm going to put one up here about women's hormones and especially stress. You'll want to watch that. But the magnesium can really help de-stress, especially at night, get those cortisol levels down so you sleep better. But it also helps with fat burning. It also helps with fat burning. Let's look at the third one. This is called L-Glutamine, okay? L-Glutamine. This is an amino acid, okay? Now, this serves a lot of different functions. And again, I'll link the one I use in the comments below. But what's great about L-Glutamine is it really helps your gut. So if you have something like leaky gut, ulcers, you have a lot of stress in your life, you already know you have a lot of stress, this really will help repair your gut lining. And usually you only need to take it for a couple weeks to repair a leaky gut. Now, the other bonus it has is it helps with muscle protein synthesis. So if you're trying to get lean and build muscle and tone up and you're lifting weights, which you should be, this will really help with the muscle to repair itself. And so your recovery is a lot shorter. This is a really great amino acid. And it's so natural. You want to get a good quality one, obviously, but it's natural. It should not interfere with anything else that you're doing. It's very safe, okay? L-Glutamine. I'm just going to put L-Glut for short, okay? All right, let's look at the fourth one. Now, this is a multivitamin. And the reason I like this particular one is it's a powder form. Now, you have to be careful when you take vitamins. If it's in liquid form or that hard pill form, oftentimes you're not going to get much absorbability. Liquid form, it's because they've heated it, so they've a lot of times destroyed the vitamins. If it's in a pill form, a lot of times that won't actually dissolve very well in your body. You want it in a capsule or a powder, and you need to make sure that they haven't heat processed the powder, otherwise it'll lose its efficiency. Now, the other thing you want to make sure is that it's a high level or high grade, and that it's going to be a legitimate vitamin, not some cheap thing made in China. Now, the powder form is great because you can either take it straight under the tongue and let it dissolve there, in which case it goes right into your bloodstream and you get instant absorption, or you can mix it in a liquid and sip on it, and again, you're going to get almost 100% absorption. Now, this multivitamin, the one I use, and again, I'll link it below here, it also has some digestive enzymes in it. It's got some essential amino acids, some branch chain amino acids, and you know, again, most supplements, when I've taken them, I couldn't tell I was taking them. I couldn't notice a difference. But this one I did, same with the silver, same with the CalMag, a noticeable difference in energy, digestion, just overall good feeling. I usually use it before a workout as well if I'm going to be working out really hard. But for women, you know, in the foods these days, they're a little bit deficient in some of the trace vitamins and minerals. So it's really important that you do get some type of a multivitamin to fill in those gaps. All right, now, the next one. So, let me put that there. So that's the multivitamin. Multivitamin. Awesome. Now, the fifth one is a digestive enzyme. Now, why is this important? Well, I talked about Karen earlier, and this is one of the supplements she took. She also did a Parasite Cleanse, which I'll be talking about, and she did the L-Glutamine and the silver, and those really helped reverse some of her issues, and it made a big difference. But what happens is digestive enzymes, if you're not digesting food well, and really what's supposed to happen is you eat the food, it goes into your stomach, the stomach acid dissolves it mostly, it kind of turns it into a sludge, which goes into your small intestine, and then from there you have enzymes that break the food down, and then it gets released into the blood, or it goes and gets processed through the liver, gallbladder. If you don't have enough digestion or digestive enzymes, or you don't have the right types, sometimes we lose them. Sometimes we don't eat certain foods and we don't produce them. If you don't, it's not gonna, your body won't break down the food well enough, and that can cause gut issues. It can cause a lot of problems. It can cause inflammation. It can fire up antibodies in your body, which will slow down or prevent weight loss. So having a great basic digestive enzyme, and again, this is very simple. You can get it on Amazon. It's very inexpensive. Having something like that will really help with your health, but also with digestion, and which in turn will reduce any sort of inflammation. This will allow you to burn fat better. Inflammation can oftentimes cause blood sugar spikes. It can cause autoimmune diseases. It can cause your body to kind of go into this lockdown mode where it won't burn fat. So it's really important you have very good digestion. Now, if you look online and you said, hey, what are some symptoms of not having the right digestive enzymes? Well, one symptom is weight loss because your body's not actually absorbing nutrients out of the food. So you might think, well, why would I take enzymes? Wouldn't that cause me to gain weight? It's really opposite. It'll actually cause you to lose weight because you're not going to have any nutritional deficiencies. But more importantly, you're not going to have the inflammation and other gut issues from bad digestion. That's why I recommend a digestive enzyme, especially if you're a woman over 50. Digestive enzyme, okay? It really goes a long way to helping you. Your energy will increase. You'll feel really good. And I think it's important for everyone. Okay, now, there's a couple bonus ones. These aren't necessary, per se. These, I would say, most people should take these. They're really good for health. They really accelerate weight loss. There's no side effects. You wouldn't become dependent on them. And everyone could really benefit from these. These last two are a little bit more optional. The first one is a Parasite Cleanse. Okay, now I just get a tincture. You squeeze it into some water and drink it. Some people think it tastes good. Some people think it tastes nasty. Okay, it all depends on your taste buds. But what this does is it goes in and it kills parasites throughout your body. Now, if you're alive and you have a pulse, you have parasites. We pick them up everywhere. Food, our environment, pets, if you travel abroad. So these are everywhere. The difference is, are the symptoms showing up for you? Well, some people they do, and some people they don't. So you may have symptoms and not realize you have symptoms. You may have these things and have no symptoms, but you can't lose weight. Or maybe you have fatigue or headaches, or you get upset stomach when you eat stuff and you think it's a totally unrelated issue. And so a lot of times if you do this cleanse, this Parasite Cleanse, and again, it's like $10 or something on Amazon. They're all going to be linked in the comments below. But you do this, you might feel awful when you start doing it. That's a good sign. That means you have parasites, they're dying, and those are some die-off symptoms. So if you feel like crap when you start doing the Parasite Cleanse, keep going with it, keep doing it. That means you did have a bunch and you're getting rid of them. After you finish the cleanse, you'll feel wonderful. You'll feel amazing. So this is called a Parasite Cleanse, okay? Parasite Cleanse. And you know, it's just something that you might want to consider doing once or twice a year. Or if you travel abroad and you come back, you want to do it. If you have a lot of pets or you're around a lot of animals, you'd want to do it. But again, what do parasites do? Well, they cause inflammation. They can cause gut issues. That can wreak havoc with digestion. Again, that can cause your cortisol to go up. It can cause your insulin to go up, which all these things will prevent you from losing weight, but they're invisible. You know, you might say, oh, I'm eating so healthy. Why can't I lose weight? Well, some of these things may be happening, and so you really want to be careful. Now, the last thing is a probiotic, okay, probiotic. Now, the reason I say this is optional, biotic, is because if you're eating right and you're eating, you're not restricting calories, you know, you're not restricting carbs, you're not doing things like fasting, any of these diets that can really damage your body. But if you're eating a lot, you're eating a nice variety of foods, which you should be, you should get enough probiotics. However, if you're not, if you're really restricted with your food, you know, taking a probiotic might really help. If you've had to do antibiotics for some reason, you had an injury or something like that, probiotics absolutely are necessary to replenish those things. Now, the silver, which is an antimicrobial, will not kill the good bacteria in your body. It will only kill the bad bacteria if you get the right kind of silver. That's another reason it's so special. But these 7, if you could take all of these at the same time if you wanted to. You could take one of them, a couple of them. All of them would help you. None of them will hurt you. Obviously, consult with your doctor. I'm not a doctor. But just from my 20 years of experience, they're not habit forming. They're all very inexpensive. And they really can heal you from the inside out with a lot of these invisible problems that can occur. The ones in black here, the top 5, I think everyone ought to be doing those. And these 2 are optional, although once or twice a year, a parasite cleanse is really helpful. And the probiotic, well, you got to decide, is your diet really restrictive? Are you counting calories and restricting that? Are you doing low carb or fasting or something like that? If so, you absolutely want these. If not, you might be getting a lot from the food, which you should. You should be able to get almost everything from food if you're eating enough and you're doing this correctly. So this is going to be really important. Now, you want to check out the next video. We're going to splash it up on the screen. It's which exercise is best to lose weight if you're a woman. There's so much confusion about this. So I'm going to break down the different types of exercise and which ones are going to create the best fat loss and really get your body to look tight and toned and cause your metabolism to speed up. What do you do and how do you do it? Because, gosh, you know, a lot of women will over-exercise or they'll do the wrong kind of exercise and then it backfires. So look at that, and I'll see you on the next video. All right, take care.